All right, today we're going to talk about the USCIS case review process. So, the internal review. A lot of people are wondering. First, disclaimer, I've never worked for USCIS or any government agency, but based on our experience, we understand what the hell US is doing or not doing. You got to think about it like this. A lot of people have been asking us and sharing that, oh, my online account with USCIS says 2 weeks for the next step or whatever it is. Likely not true, because everyone asks me, how true is it? How accurate is it? You got to think about it. If USCIS or the government agency was that amazing to share that accurate information, then why do hell do cases in general take so freaking long, right? You got to think about it that way. Now, I get it. They are trying to do better, but is it accurate? Probably not. So my point is, don't get your hopes up. That's all I'm trying to say. Look, if they actually do approve your case and get your case to the next step, great, wonderful. Don't hate me, okay? But I'm just saying you got to be realistic of the situation of the years of government or just how government works in general in America. Even though we're a world superpower, but we're slow with immigration. Interesting how that works, huh? But yeah, so it goes from, let's say you file a petition, all right? And let's say you filed for adjustment of status as well. Step number one is the receipt notice. Is very important, right? Of course, you need the receipt notice because it contains the receipt number and it contains a receipt date. And if it depends on if your family preference, then it has a priority date. That's important to have. But if you're here in the US and you also file for adjustment of status, the 485 application, you're going to also receive the Biometrics Notice. It's the ASC notice. It's Application Support Center. It's basically USCIS subcontracted out to do the fingerprints. And the purpose of that also is eventually to get your green work permit, but also for residency purposes to check your background. The other thing, even before that, is when do you receive the receipt notice? That's about 3 weeks to 5 weeks after you file your case. I mean, when they receive it, of course. And by the way, hot tip: you do want to mail your package with tracking, whether it's USPS or FedEx, UPS. Just make sure with tracking. Oh, another hot tip, number 2. Don't pay by money order because there's no way to track when they cash that in. So use the form G1450. I think that's the credit card form, or pay by check. All right. Let's see here. So got a lot of tips. And then after that, I mean, there's a couple more steps after that. If you did not mail in your medical exam, sealed envelope, someone asked yesterday, like, what's in a sealed envelope? It's a 693 form. It's basically like, think of it as like a physical exam form. But get a copy of it. Ask the clinic for a copy. But let's say you didn't mail in that medical exam in a sealed envelope. Then eventually USCIS, at least this year, is going to send you a Courtesy Rfe. Now, if they are going to send you that Courtesy Rfe for medical, and they actually say mail it back in, then you want to listen to this. You're more likely to have your interview waived, because the other situation is, especially before this year, 2023, they would say courtesy notice, not RFE, courtesy notice, bring the medical exam to the interview. So there's a key difference. That's a key clue right there, whether your interview is going to be waived or not. Okay. So hopefully that helps. All right, folks. Is it a guarantee that your case is going to be waived, the interview waived? I can't guarantee for you, but that's just a little clue. And then after that, then you get your, if you apply for advanced parole, or travel document, and your work permit, then of course you hopefully get that approval notice. People ask, well, how long will that take? I mean, average 5 to 7 months. Unfortunately, it takes a long time. But in 2023, based on a marriage to U.S. citizen, you're likely going to get that green card, the resident card, sooner than that work permit. It's likely, okay, especially when your case is going to be the interview waived. All right. I don't know much more than that, honestly, in terms of the process, okay? I mean, there's a lot more steps. I could say if there was an interview,